So we're going to be, in order to talk about the product, I need to do a little bit of education about collagen because there are so many products on the market with collagen and what really it is and how do we differentiate, how you will be able to differentiate the Glow M from what's out there. So collagen molecule is 30% of all protein in the body. And you have 29 different types of collagen, but I'm going to talk only about the three main ones that are pertinent to the skin. The most common one, 90% of the 30%, is collagen type 1, and you have that in the skin, the nail, organs, bones, and ligament. So having healthy, good collagen is crucial for the skin. The type 2 collagen is found more in like the cartilage and also in the lining of the gut. So, and it's made from chicken cartilage, in case you wondered. The type 3 collagen is oftentimes together with the type 1. Again, very important to support skin and bone health, but it's also part of the arterial wall. Okay, so type 1, 2, and 3 are the most important ones, especially pertaining to the skin. So let's look at how the skin is arranged. You have three different layers. The lowest one is the hypodermis, the middle one is the dermis, and the top one is the epidermis. We're going to talk more about the dermis because that's where the collagen fibers are. And when you are young, you have plenty of collagen fibers. They are forming a nice scaffolding which gives the skin structure and strength, okay? You also have elastin fibers. You also have what's called hyaluronic acid, which think about hyaluronic acid as a sponge. Hyaluronic acid is a molecule that is able to absorb and retain water. So between the collagen fiber, which gives structure to the scaffolding, elastin fiber, which gives elasticity, and hyaluronic acid, which makes the sponge full of water. When you are young, you have a nice, thick, dense dermis. As you start to get a little older, then things start breaking down. You are exposed to pollution, you are exposed to sun, you have a lot of, you don't maybe eat great. So basically, the skin starts getting older, the collagen fiber gets fragmented, the elastin fiber gets fragmented, your sponge is getting drier. So put it back under the water, yes. And then the coloration of your skin is not as good, the kind of dull. So we really want to help support both collagen synthesis, the arrangement of the fibers, and also the hyaluronic acid, so you retain water. Let's talk about the collagen molecule. It's a huge molecule. So I'm going to introduce to you a new term, Daltons. When you measure the size of collagen, it's measured in Daltons. It's not measured in grams, it's measured in Daltons. So you're going to hear me using that word. So the collagen molecule, whether it's in our skin or in the animal skin, is made of 3 chains of 1,000 amino acids in length, and those 3 chains are arranged in like a helix, kind of a spiral. So 1,000 times 3 amino acids, that's 3,000 amino acids. An amino acid weighs 110 Dalton. So now you have the weight of collagen is 300,000 Dalton. So remember, 300,000 Dalton. Big molecule. You cannot do much. If you try to eat the skin of the fish, you're not going to do much with it. So what happened is that collagen can also be broken down into what's called gelatin. What happens is the helix is de-intertwined. So now you have the three chains separate from each other. So gelatin, one chain of amino acid, now it has gone down to 100,000 Dalton. So that's the kind of gelatin you eat in the hospital. So you would think, oh, if I'm in the hospital often and I eat a lot of gelatin, my skin is going to look beautiful. Well, no, because it's not very absorbable, because it's still too big. And Tom? Utah is a leading state.
I like Jell-O, but I mean, look at me, it's not doing anything for me. Utah is the #1 consumer for Jell-O, gelatin in the States.
So you thought by eating your Jell-O, whenever you're eating your Jell-O, you will get some benefit on your skin. Not really, because it's still a huge molecule, 100,000 Dalton, so it's not really absorbable by the body. So what it's done is the gelatin is further broken down. The chain of 1,000 amino acids are broken down in smaller amount. And as you go down, the majority of the products that contain collagen hydrolysate, because you break down those chains through hydrolysis and through enzymatic action. So usually you should be referring to those as collagen hydrolysate. So the majority of the product on the market are collagen hydrolysate, which have been broken down to a point now you are between 2,000 to 5,000 Dalton. So you went from 300,000 to 100,000 to 2,000 to 5,000. The collagen bovine that you have, the glow bovine, it's 5,000 Dalton, okay? Then in glow marine, let me back up. So as the size of the chains becomes smaller, it is more digestible, it is more absorbable, and therefore it's going to have some good activity for you on your skin. So let's talk about, now you understand what really, so when people say, well, I'm taking collagen, I say, no, you're not taking collagen, you are taking collagen hydrolysate, unless you're actually eating the skin of your fish. But so you are really consuming collagen hydrolysate, and they are not all equal, because the size of the chains are crucial when it comes to absorption and bioavailability. So let's talk about the marine collagen tripeptide that we've chosen to make the Glow M product. So I'm going to define, in the presentation I'm going to talk about marine collagen tripeptide, but I want to make sure we are clear what it is. So marine collagen tripeptide is a low molecular weight collagen hydrolysate with at least 25% of tripeptides, so just 3 amino acids, so only 300 Dalton can be absorbed as is in your gut and go to wherever it needs to go to help your skin. So this is a low molecular weight collagen hydrolysate with a molecular weight of 1,000 Dalton. So you see, we went from 300,000, 100,000, 5,000, now we are down to 1,000. So you can see that this product is going to be more effective because more bioactive. And so this is made through a process of enzymatic breakdown, and it's really a unique and more powerful product. I like to think about it's the latest iPhone model. So the 5,000 Dalton, it's more like the previous version of the iPhone. Now the marine collagen tripeptide, it's the latest, greatest iPhone version, which I'm an Android person, so I don't know. What number is it?
I won't tell. I don't
15, so I mean this is the Pixel 8 versus the Pixel 5 for those Androids. So let's talk about how do we know it's more bioactive. So an experiment was done with animals where they were given the same dose of either a collagen hydrolysate at 2000 Dalton versus the collagen tripeptide, 1000 kilodalton. After 3 hours, look on the slide, you have a 26% increase in collagen in the skin after the consumption of the collagen tripeptide. So you see same amount, faster action, greater action. 11% more collagen in the joint when using the collagen tripeptide. Again, higher bioavailability, better utilization by the tissue, the skin or the joint. The collagen, if we our collagen fibers are broken down, recreated, broken down. As we get older, the breaking down is higher than the rebuild. There is an enzyme called MMP1, matrix metalloproteinase 1, also known as collagenase. And that little enzyme has the unfortunate job to fragment and break down collagen fibers. So if we could decrease the activity of that enzyme, it would be a winning proposition. Guess what? The tripeptide, compared to the 2000 Dalton other typical product, decrease the activity of that MMP1. So decrease the breakdown of your collagen fibers. So on one hand, you have more collagen in the tissue. On the other hand, you have less of the breakdown. So that's going to really help the skin. But you want to see human data because that's important. 45 ladies between 55 and 70, they took 2.5 grams of the collagen tripeptide for 8 weeks. We want to make sure you know that in Glow M, you have 3 grams. So you have more than what was studied in the clinical study. So you are not being shortchanged. You have, in fact, more than what was studied. And they did that for 8 weeks, and the typical measurement of the skin using machines, skin hydration, lightening, wrinkle, tone, brightness, and luminosity. So what did we have? After 8 weeks, these ladies experienced a 12% increase in hydration. So that means the skin felt more hydrated, a little bit more bouncy. The skin, there was a lightening in terms of the skin tone by 13%? Yes, 13%. So that means looking a little bit less drab and spotty. Wrinkles. You had a 42% decrease in the amount of wrinkles. Yes. You had a 24% decrease in wrinkle length. You had a 21% decrease in wrinkle surface. So whenever those numbers that I showed are over 10%, it is visible from the naked eye. So people are going to notice, and they're going to say, wow, you look different, you look younger, you look, I mean, maybe they won't tell you you look younger because I was assuming that you were looking older before. But, so you are looking at yourself in the mirror, and instead of saying, bummer Fifi, I look older, you're going to say, yeah, Fifi, I look younger.
Yeah.
So that is really a good sign. I mean, that product, that marine collagen tripeptide is active. And then we look at skin luminosity. Again, you want that more of a pinkish glow like the babies have. You had a 31% increase in skin luminosity and a 34% increase in skin brightness. People are going to notice. And you're going to notice yourself. And so these were objective measurements using machine. So then the participants were asked to fill a questionnaire. What did you think about this product? Okay? Everything is above 90%. Over 90% of the participants of these 45 ladies thought that the product did really good. They were able to see the difference and they felt the difference. 98% of women noticed a smoother skin. 95% felt a reduction of skin irritation. You know, when you get a little bit older, the skin starts getting irritated, it doesn't feel as good. Reduction in skin imperfection, 91% of the participants reported that. 95% experienced a more elastic skin, and 93% of women found their skin that was firmer. So really, people, not only the objective measurements show a benefit, the participant really notice also a benefit. So that is wonderful.
Fifi, can I make a quick comment?
Yes?
I think this is a really important thing to note, that this takes place over the course of 2 months. This is supplementing 3 grams a day over the course of 2 months. Okay, it's not the quick fix of a week. You shouldn't set those expectations. You should set the right expectations of good, consistent use over the course of 2 months, and you'll see these results.
Yeah, like any product, I mean, the body has a certain amount of time to the turnover of the cells of the tissue, so you have to give a decent amount of time in order. But if you stick with it, you're gonna notice significant difference. The marine collagen tripeptide is made in France. The manufacturing is on the west side of near Brittany, for those who know. It's made from sustainable fish skin, and the fish are cod, haddock, and redfish.
Don't ever wash your hand.
Huh?
Don't wash your hand.
Yeah, I know. So again, cod, haddock, and redfish. And I'm going to say like I did last time, no shitty tilapia.
Yes.
Okay, I said it. And you cannot quote me. Clinically studied and proving results. Again, remember the differentiation between what we have and what's on the market is that molecular size of 1,000 Dalton with at least 25% of tripeptide, which makes the product highly bioavailable and bioactive.
Yes.
You also have other, in Glow M, you know that for collagen in the body, you have to have vitamin C. So we added superfruits, which are rich in vitamin C because it's so key for the collagen synthesis. But those superfruits also have other benefit beyond providing just vitamin C. They have been shown to decrease elastase, which you know elastase is the enzyme which breaks down the elastin fibers. So those superfruits are really helping slow down the breakdown of the elastin fibers and also inhibit the collagenase. So you remember we had already the tripeptide, the collagen tripeptide helping decrease collagenase, the MMP1. Those superfruits are even adding further of that benefit. And then we have that very interesting apple, Hutweiler Spadlauber, with my French accent saying a German word.
Maybe one more time.
Hutweiler Spadlauber.
Perfect.
This apple is very rare and it's very interesting because it doesn't rot. I mean, it stays forever fresh. I mean, you leave your apple on the counter, some of them after 3 days, they start looking very sad. This one, so they look at the property of that apple and say, what's in that apple that really makes something? And that apple has the ability to support the activity of stem cells. What are stem cells in our body? Stem cells in our body are cells which renew themselves, but they are what is called pluripotent because they are able to get transformed into the type of cell cells that are needed for that particular tissue. So they could become a muscle cell if they are in the muscle tissue. They can become skin cell, keratinocyte, or fibroblast if they are in the skin. So that apple has a profile. What the active ingredient in that apple allows the stem cell to stay younger. So this is biopsy. The left side is a biopsy of old and young donors. They remove the epidermis. So the epidermis is made of 4 layers. So they remove the epidermis and they kept getting that epidermis to grow. When you are young and you have plenty of stem cell, the epidermis continue to grow, and you can see on the right side, the top right side, you have a nice layer of the epidermis with the 4 different layers that needs to be. In the middle one, this is an epidermis of an older donor, and as the epidermis is cultured, it doesn't do anything. Basically, it's not able to continue to grow and have the normal 4 layers in the epidermis. When the extract from that fancy apple is applied to the epidermis of those older donors, look at the benefit of it. The epidermis continue to grow and create those 4 layers the same way as young stem cell. There's something very special with that apple and what's in that apple extract, and therefore we added it to Glow M in order to get that benefit in our skin. Yes. We added biotin because we know how important biotin is for hair growth, healthy nails, and healthy skin. We have half a milligram, right? 500 microgram of biotin. Wanted to make sure you knew.
Hey, we're just keeping each other on our toes. It's fine.
Love it.
We do this so that we're more compliant with regulatory situations outside of the United States, other countries, Europe in particular.
That's a very good point, because you cannot, in many countries, you cannot put more than 500 microgram of biotin in a product. And for the Glow bovine has 5 milligram of biotin. That's why it cannot go to Europe or other country. That's why we put only 500 microgram, so that Glow M will be able to go to any other country.
Yes.
Very good point. Then, remember I mentioned hyaluronic acid, which is that compound, that molecule that absorbs and retain water in the skin. We added some low molecular weight hyaluronic acid to help you replenish your hyaluronic acid in your skin. So the product is presented under 2 different forms: a liquid already mixed, where you take 30 ml, which is 1 ounce. So the bottle has 15 servings in the bottle. And then the product is also offered as a powder, and it's 30 stick pack because it's easier to have a powder being sent abroad or take in your backpack as opposed to a liquid. So you mix the powder with water and you drink it. And since I'm running out of time, I better hurry. So what is the take-home message for that? Okay, again, low molecular weight collagen hydrolysate with at least 25% of tripeptide, making the product really well absorbable and very bioactive and helping the skin and the joints. It's suitable for people who eat fish or who do not want to consume beef or pork due to religious reason. So if you're allergic to fish, this is not an option for you. It's good for the environment because all this fish skin will be discarded, so it's reused and for a really good health benefit. As I say, made in France. And again, and I mentioned the difference between the Glow Bovine and the Glow M. One is the latest version of, it's a latest technology when it comes to collagen hydrolysate versus the Glow Bovine, which is more the previous version. There are no low molecular collagen hydrolysate for bovine at 1,000 Dalton. None. Only it's marine. So that is why. So you have the latest, greatest collagen hydrolysate technology in your product.
Thank you.